The Eyes of Texas and Texas Fight.
Good mornings. Hi, I'm Texas Timmy, and this is the Texas Longhorn Report. It's Texas Longhorn Football Report, and I'm not a commentator. I'm not a sports commentator. I'm not a TV personality. I'm just a good old Texas boy that loves Longhorns, and I'm going to set some of the naysayers straight because I just feel like doing it. Some things need to be said. So let's talk about it for a second. I want to kind of go over some things. I want to talk about the great state of Texas and the football talent that they're producing in high school. I played Texas high school football, and I know what kind of talent is there. People want to naysay Texas football. A&M's come on strong, and we're going to talk. Let's talk a little bit about good old Texas A&M, the Aggies. They left the Big 12 for bigger and better and what they think greener pastures. They went over to the SEC and they've proven themselves. And listen, you're out of my conference. I had to pull for you. I loved it because you beat Oklahoma, and I loved it because you went over and tagged Alabama's ass. I admire that. I really do. But let's talk about all the haters and the naysayers that are doing this and this about Texas Longhorn football. That Texas is done. Our day in the sun is over with. Mac Brown has brought the program completely to the bottom ranks. If you want to sit and naysay and hate all day, you can think of bad things. I can think of negative things about our football program. But they even blistering our 9-4 record last year, which we didn't beat any ranked opponents, really. But we went over and showed Ole Miss how SEC football should be played, but because we wore Ole Miss out, but we weren't consistent. But I think those days are about to change. But let's talk about Texas A&M and all the bravado and braggartly stuff that's going on with that. I read all these things on Bleacher Report, and the A&M fans are just going nuts. Hating on Texas. All right. Yeah, I want to hate on us. Fine. First of all, my question is, when's the last time you won a national championship, big boys? You have yap about how good your football program is. It's unproven. You haven't won a national championship since 1939. You won one in 1919, 1927, 1939. Yes, you won 3. You got and I love this thing. Well, that's in the past. How do we know where we're going if we don't know where we've been? So good for you. You know, you won 3 back then. 1939 being the last one. We have played Texas A&M historically since 1893, and our record against you, Aggies, is 76 wins, 37 losses, and 5 ties. You've won 37 times. We've almost doubled the amount of wins over yours. You're never going to replace Texas Longhorn football as the premier football program in the country. Historically, Texas is one of the most highly regarded football programs in the country, and it's the 7th. I think it was ranked like the 7th most prestigious program since 1936 by ESPN. ESPN also did a poll and found out that the 2012 Texas college football program was worth $805 million. Come on, guys. That's not because we're unpopular. That's not because we have no prestige in the state of Texas. It's because we have all the prestige. We have all the popularity because it's one of those institutions that is rendered to because of our programs. Since Darrell Royal, we've come a long way. And I'm going to tell you something. What tradition Texas has, so of course you're going to hate on us. I'd hate on me too. If I had to go to A&M or Tech or Baylor, all of which are great institutions, do not get me wrong. Let's not separate institutions of learning and confuse that with college football. We're talking merely here as an alumni, fan-based event. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to beat us. On any given Saturday, Texas will beat your butts. on any given Saturday. Look at what happened to Alabama. The big boy on the block, Texas A&M, you knocked them off. Look what Oklahoma came down and stomped the living crap out of us, which did not go, let me tell you, that did not go down well. But you know what? You went over and you tore Oklahoma a new one. Those are Texas boys doing that. I have to support my state. Look back here behind me. That's a Texas flag. I support Texas high school sports. I support Texas college sports. Baylor, SMU, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Arlington, Texas El Paso, all of those sports programs I support when they're not playing on. Okay? So, Aggies, get over yourself. You haven't won a national championship yet. You got Coach someone over there who seems to be a good coach, but he's unproven. He's a Cinderella. He's tiptoeing in. You got Johnny Football. Good for you. Good for you. You just might be a flash in the pan. And the SEC's drawing crosshairs on you guys this year. So let's just see how you get through that. Our all-time record. Let's just talk about the Longhorns' all-time record. We are the second most successful football program in the history of the NCAA. Do your homework. The number one is Michigan, the Wolverines. They have the most successful. We are second. We have 867 wins, 336 losses, and I think 33 ties, which put us at a point average, if you average that out, was something like a 762% win rate, which is the second best in the history of the NCAA. Y'all hate on that. Hate on that. Now, let's talk a bit. Let's get back to the 2013 program. Mac Brown, I love you, brother, but we're not going to be able to tolerate another ass whooping like we took from Oklahoma. We fans and alumni are just not going to sit and stand for it. It's unnecessary. Those boys were totally unprepared. Do you hear me? They were unprepared for that football game. A good Austin High School team could have come out and had 300 yards rushing on that defense. I am not a fan of Manny Diaz. Manny Diaz is a good guy. I'm sure he's a good man. I'm not talking about that. His defenses tackle like girls. And if it wasn't for the natural talent of a few of those guys, like Vaquero, Jordan Hicks, Jeff Coate, those guys were naturals. You don't have to coach them much because they're just meat eaters. But some of those guys were freshmen. They were intimidated. They were young. They come fresh out of Texas high schools, which is good enough. But you got to coach these guys up, Mac. You're not coaching them up. So let's see what you do with this 2013. You've got one heck of a football team sitting over there. As a matter of fact, some of the sports writers, ESPN, I think, was involved in that, says as far as what it looks like on paper, Texas is the second most talented team in the nation right now. We're talking about 2013. Behind, of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide. The second. Now, on paper, all you naysayers and haters and yappity, I hate Texas, are going to go, yeah, you guys go out there and you're a bunch of sissies, you're going to get beat. You know what? That's not going to last for long, fellas. So, hate on us while you can. Because I got news for you. If Mac Brown does not produce, I don't care what Athletic Director Dodds says, the pressure will be put on. We have a $805 million program over there. Do you think for a second they're going to take another ass whooping from the Oklahoma Sooners? So you Sooners, enjoy while you can. I'm not degrading the Sooners College, the University of Texas at Norman. I'm not going to. You get all your football players out of Texas. Come on, guys. Hold on. Let's give away for the Longhorns on that one. Half your team, probably 3/4 of your team, is from the state of Texas. That being said, the University of Texas at Norman will always have good football teams as long as they have good coaches. Stoops is a good coach, class act. Helped with the Oklahoma relief. I saw him out there pulling up debris in Oklahoma. He was out there with the people, didn't even announce himself, went out there and started helping with the cleanup. I admire, man. Good. That's a class act. Coach Stoops, you have my respect. We'll see you in Dallas in October. And let me tell you something. The Texas Longhorns have a long, long memory. This is Texas Timmy. We're going to show you a few exciting things about Texas football and what we can expect in 2013 from my point of view. And thanks. This is cool because I enjoy doing this stuff. I really do. Anyway, hook 'em horns. Y'all have a good one.